Oh, happy Friday with no Friday football. Although there was meant to be, and it's horrible the reason it's been called off because of COVID in the Newcastle squad. But in saying that, it means there's no Friday night football, so it's much easier for us to film pub football. So let's look ahead to what games we are having played this weekend. The first weekend where fans are going to be let back in some of the stadia if you're not in the north. So Burnley, probably not going to get fans in the first game on a Saturday. Burnley, Everton at Turf Moor, 12:30. I can only see this going one way, despite Everton having a poor result last weekend. Burnley just look completely void of both confidence and ability, really.
Yeah, agreed. I know Everton haven't been great for the last couple of weeks, but I expect them to turn it around against a side, as you say, that just look like a mid-table championship side at the moment with no real chance of staying in the league. So I think it's going to be a comfortable 2-0 win.
I want to say 3. I'm going to say 3-0. Sean Dyche's got injury problems. They didn't invest in the squad. It's a really weak Burnley side. When Jeff Hendrick would be good being back in your side, you know you've got problems. On to 3 o'clock. Manchester City in a rare 3 o'clock Saturday kickoff at home to Fulham at the Etihad. Again, no fans in this one. I can only see it going one way, despite Fulham getting a good upset win last weekend.
Yeah, agreed. Obviously, City absolutely battered Burnley last week. I don't see it being as high scoring as that one, but I still see it being very, very comfortable. I think Aguero's still out by all accounts, so obviously Jesus will lead the line, but comfortable 2-0 win.
I'm going to go 4-0. I think Man City are going to put goals on Fulham. Fulham have not been that solid this season. It's got better, it's improved, but I think they're still there for the taking. West Ham United against Manchester United at the London Stadium at 5:30. Fans, 2,000 fans. It's going to be amazing. And I think that they're going to see West Ham do a job on Man United. In the last few years, Man United have come unstuck in this fixture. They found it very tricky, even when West Ham have been really struggling. West Ham are 5th. West Ham are flying. And I think they can do a job here.
Yeah, agreed. This was either going to be a hindrance or a massive blessing for West Ham. Thankfully, they're in good form, so the fans will be on side. And as you say, well, we'll see. But yeah, as you say, I think with that added support, I think they're going to beat United. I think it's going to be 2-1, mate.
1-0. I think it's going to be a very boring game, but I think West Ham might just get it. But then again, we predicted Man United to lose last weekend, and they almost did, but they got across the line in the end. Big game, I think, at 8 o'clock. This I remember being almost like a derby when we were kids. It was the Ken Bates derby, wasn't it, when he left Chelsea and went to Leeds. Chelsea hosting Leeds at Stamford Bridge. It's going to be an exciting game. Leeds will create a lot of chances. I'm a little bit worried that they won't be able to take them. And Chelsea, apart from last weekend, have been in very good goal-scoring form. And Olivier Giroud scoring 4 goals during the week. If he doesn't start this one, he's not going to start, and he's going to need to leave in January to get a spot in the France squad for the Euros.
Yeah, definitely. It's got all the makings of a really good game, hasn't it? Both teams going to give it a right good go. Obviously, Chelsea have been defending very well recently. And obviously, Cam Bamford and co score the goals to maybe nick an away win. But as you say, I think Chelsea have been decent. I see Ziyech and Werner hitting the target. And to be fair, Giroud, as you say, the most underrated footballer in the world at the moment. I think he's so good at what he does.
Surely, he has to start after midweek.
I'd like to think so. If against 4 goals against a decent Sevilla side, every time he comes on, he makes a contribution. He's decent, so he's perfect for it.
He would have scored the 2 chances that Abraham missed against Spurs as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he would. And to be honest, out of the 2, Abraham for me is miles below the level of Giroud. And it's quite hard to say as an Arsenal fan in the Chelsea shirt, but never mind. But yeah, I think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be 3-2, home win.
See, I think it's going to be 3-1, and that's just based on Leeds'. I'm not going to say struggles in front of goal, because I think that's being a bit premature saying struggles in front of goal, because they have scored quite a few goals this season. Just the amount of chances they miss worries me slightly. I don't think they'll get as many as they normally get against this Chelsea side, who've been very solid. On to Sunday's games. Midday, West Brom host Crystal Palace. Game of the weekend.
I think that's one we'll both not be watching. That sounds horrendous. I think the good thing is Wilfried Zaha is back. That will make it a little bit more lively. And I actually think Palace are going to nick it 1-0.
Yeah, I think they're going to do it 2-1. 2-1 to Palace. We're really agreeing with each other this week, aren't we? Gee, we need to go against each other
We
sometime.
are.
Sheffield United host Leicester City. I don't think this is going to be the game where we stop agreeing with each other, because Sheffield United, a bit similar to Burnley, just look rubbish. They're not conceding loads of goals, but they're not scoring any. So a lot of 1-0 losses. And it needs to be fixed soon, because it's getting to the point in the season where player confidence is going to go so low that that's the hardest bit to get back. It's not necessarily about player quality. It's about confidence, which means that wins don't go on the board. And when those chances do come, the strikers will be so nervous that they might miss them. I think Leicester are going to win quite comfortably, though.
I don't disagree. You're right with the morale thing, though, especially with games coming thick and fast over the Christmas period. If they don't start picking up points, they are going to be in a really, really bad position come January. And yeah, as you say, I think it's going to be a comfortable away win. Vardy will be licking his lips at the prospects coming up against that back 5-3, whoever it is.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be 2-0 away win.
Exactly what I was going to say. Exactly what I was going to say. 2-0 away win.
They're not going to score Sheffield United. So
right. You're ready. On to the big one. North London derby, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 2,000 fans in attendance. 2,000 very lucky Spurs fans. I'm not one of them. I'm not going to be able to go. I am a Spurs fan, but I'm not going to be at the game. Tottenham hosting Arsenal. Does the midweek performance from Arsenal, putting 4 goals in, even against relatively poor opposition in the Europa League, does that change your opinion on potentially what's going to happen in this game, as opposed to last weekend when, yet again, it seemed like doom and gloom for Arsenal fans?
Yeah, 100%. I thought we were very, very good first half, especially yesterday. I did watch it. We played quicker. We played more incisive football. We actually looked quite good, which I was quite shocked at because we were terrible against Wolves. And this game really intrigues me because Spurs don't go for it under Mourinho. We probably won't go for it, and I'm not sure what to expect. It could be a little bit of a tactical, just sit back and see what happens.
Could be a stalemate. It could be a stalemate, yeah. And the Tottenham 3-3 draw against Lask doesn't help our confidence, but at the same time, it got us through to the round of 13, and that's what Tottenham season's been about: getting us over the line, getting us through. And this game could be similar. I almost want Arsenal to play like they did midweek. It might suit Tottenham better because Arsenal, as much as they put the goals on in that game, still don't look great up front. They don't look great going forward. So if they commit a few more bodies forward, it will leave the gaps for Harry Kane, who is an injury doubt, to exploit. Another player out is Hugo Lloris. It looks like Joe Hart may be starting in goal. 2 errors in midweek doesn't fill us with confidence. Score prediction, go on. Put your money where your mouth is.
I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 1-1.
See, I'm tempted to say a draw, but at the same time, I just want to back Tottenham this season. I just can't not. So I'm going to say that Tottenham are going to do similar to what they did against Man City, similar to what they almost did with the last-minute chance for Lo Celso against Chelsea. I think Tottenham are going to nick it. I think they're going to nick it 2-0. But it will be interesting because there's a chance that Mourinho will see this game as a game to go forward and attack, like against West Ham in the first half. So we'll see what happens. I think 2-0 Tottenham at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 7:15, Liverpool host Wolves at Anfield. Jurgen Klopp been whinging about fixture congestion and about all sorts of bits, but he's got a 7:15 kickoff on a Sunday after Champions League football. He can't moan this time. Lots of injuries in this Liverpool squad. Wolves look in good form, unfortunately without a man who looks like he could score every game. I know he doesn't score every game, but in Raul Jimenez, and he's going to be out for the foreseeable. It's a harder game to predict than it has been the last few years based on Liverpool's form.
Agreed. As you say, the injury pile-up for Liverpool makes this quite hard to call, to be honest, because Wolves are very good against Arsenal. And something just makes me think they're going to nick something out of this game, Wolves. I think it's going to be 2-2. I think they're going to nick something.
I think Liverpool are just going to get across the line because that's what Liverpool do. I think they'll find a way. Jota's in such good form. It's written that he's going to score in this one. I'm going to go 2-1. I don't think it's going to be comfortable, but yeah, 2-1 to Liverpool. Monday Night Football, one game at the Amex, Brighton and Hove Albion against Southampton. A little South Coast derby to finish the weekend. Southampton are the team in form. Brighton, as well as they've been playing, are still around the sort of relegation area. They've not picked up enough points for my liking. I wouldn't be that comfortable if I was a Brighton fan. I'd be happy with the performances, but I wouldn't feel comfortable that they're safe. Southampton, however, I think have been brilliant for the majority until, well, the second half against Man United. Let's write that off. I think they should have enough here.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, actually. Both teams played good football. I think Brighton can be a little bit hard done by with the amount of points they've got compared to their performances. I think they've been very good. And as you say, Southampton have been really good this season. I think Danny Ings is close to coming back, probably not quite yet. But I think it's going to be a tight away win, 2-1.
I was going to say 2-0. Brighton just struggled to score too much for me. I think they might struggle in this one. That was Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. We'll be back early next week to review these games. I think that the North London derby is going to have a little bit of WhatsApping between us. It should be quite good fun. You'll have one happy fan and one unhappy fan. That's for sure. Because even with a draw, I'm not going to be happy.
I'll be delighted. Absolutely delighted.
I said one happy, one unhappy, no matter what the score is. Only one thing left to say, and that's cheers.